Today we are about an hour and a half outside of Dallas in northeast Texas at a park that several folks have told us lately is amongst their favorite state parks, but one you may have never heard of before because it's also one of the newest parks in the Texas State Park system.
So stick around while we show you around Cooper Lake State Park.
South Sulphur Unit.
Hey y'all, welcome back. I'm Stacy.
I'm Tom, and we're RV Texas, y'all.
We are Native Texans and full-time RVers who are all about exploring the great state of Texas and beyond, one campground at a time. We're on a mission to experience life, not just live it, and we're bringing you along for the fun.
2018, we sold our house, our business, and got rid of most everything we owned to hit the road and see America. Our home is a 33-foot RV named Freedom. We installed an extreme solar and lithium setup, so now we can just about live anywhere with our dog Star and our cat Astro.
Every day is a new adventure, so join us as we RV America, y'all.
Like a few other state parks in Texas, Cooper Lake State Park is actually made up of two different park units that are located across the lake from each other. The Doctors Creek unit near the town of Cooper, Texas, and the South Sulphur unit near Sulphur Springs. While both park units offer RV and tent camping and many of the same amenities on the same lake, on this visit we're focusing on the larger of those two parks, the South Sulphur unit of Cooper Lake State Park. Now, we mentioned in the intro to this video that Cooper Lake is one of the newer state parks in Texas, and we'll talk more about how the lake and the park came about later in this video, but for now, let's visit the park headquarters. You can buy ice here or wood for your campfire, but this goes way beyond that. This is a really nice, well laid out, very well organized store with a lot of Cooper Lake State Park souvenirs and things you may have forgotten from home that you might want for your weekend or week that you spend here in the park. The staff and the rangers are incredible, really, really nice people. They've got this nice library right here where you can pick up a book or leave one for other folks, information about the local area, as well as a map that really shows you how big Cooper Lake is at 19,000 acres.
Okay, we're going to start out here at the Little Blue Stem Loop. It's a trail that takes you to all of the trails here in the back part of the park. All of these trails are hiking and horseback riding. So yes, I said that correctly, horseback riding. So watch your step. And there's one trail at the front of the park that's hiking and biking. So if you want to bike on a trail, it's the only one's at the front of the park. But so let's check this out. This leads to all the other trails here in the backside. Well, it's a fork. Which way are we gonna go?
Let's see, Lonesome Dove or more Little Blue Stem?
Let's go Lonesome Dove.
Lonesome Dove, let's go. So we're finding so far that the trails are really well marked, and now we're in what they call the challenging area as far as the horses go, but I'd say also as far as some not so sure-footed folk, because it's very rocky, so you really got to watch your step. Something big running over there.
That was kind of cool. I mean, we're not exactly sure what it was. We could see it moving probably about 50 feet away from us, but it's pretty heavy brush. It was bigger than a squirrel. It was smaller than a deer. You know, it could have been a bobcat. It could have been a raccoon. But we kept looking. I heard it jump to a tree right next to it. So it's something that can climb. And I mean, it's pretty exciting. Got the heart pumping there.
I don't think Bigfoot can climb trees, so we're good.
No, and you know, Texas, for the most part, doesn't have bears. So we probably, it probably isn't a bear. But no, I mean, I wish we could have seen it clear. This is a one time. We didn't bring the binoculars.
Of course.
We should have, but I gotta tell you folks, it's so quiet out here. There's nobody else on this trail. It's a little after 6 o'clock p.m.
Yep.
It feels great out here. I mean, I don't know, it's probably 70-some degrees and nice little breeze.
Trail's in great shape.
Oh, it's in great shape, and nature is just all around you, and the sounds of the birds and the crickets, and it's really neat.
Yeah, it is.
You got to get on these trails, and you know, early morning and late afternoon, early evening are good times.
Yep, absolutely. Increases your odds of finding some wildlife.
Yeah, and we're during the week too, so there's not a lot of people here. The weekends are a lot more crowded. So yeah, we haven't seen anybody on the trails, but that's not uncommon. A lot of times when we go hiking in the state parks, we're normally doing them during the week, and we don't normally encounter a lot of folks. I wish we'd encounter more, because I think more people should get out and hike. But yeah, really cool. I guess let's keep moving.
Let's go. Made it back to the equestrian camping area where the trailhead is. We did a little bit of the Blue Stem Loop Trail and a little bit of the Lonesome Dove Trail. And between those two, we went about a mile and a half. So a nice little evening walk. Trails are in great shape and really well marked everywhere we saw. The South Sulphur unit of Cooper Lake State Park consists of 2,560 acres and has over 25 miles of shoreline. This park is absolutely big rig friendly. It has great roads and a combination of pull-through and back-end campsites. Actually, the shortest RV campsite listed on the South Sulphur Camping Reservation website is 54 feet.
Wow.
The park is also really easy to drive through, and you've got great overflow parking all throughout the camping area. So if you don't quite fit completely in your campsite, not a problem. You can park your truck or your tow vehicle in one of those overflow areas.
That's very nice. And they, you know, many of these sites back up to the water. Such a beautiful, beautiful campground.
You've got both 30 and 50 amp electrical connections. And I mean, I've got to tell you, the bathhouses in this park were really clean. And I think every single bathhouse in every single camping loop also had showers, which that is really nice.
Very nice. And again, so many different types of campsites here. It was amazing.
Yeah, it is a beautiful, beautiful park. Very well maintained. Super for RVers.
Yeah, they had those like buddy sites.
Oh my gosh, yes, they're double campsites. If you're friends and family traveling together, you've got 2 side-by-side parking pads, you've got electrical hookups for both, picnic tables, and all of that fun stuff right there together, and they're booked as one campsite. Super, super cool. There are 2 areas in the park with boat ramps. They're both really easy to get to, and not only do they have big parking for folks with boats and their trailers, but also if you're a motorhome and you want to connect or disconnect your tow vehicle in these areas, it's super simple. As we head over to look at the cabins and shelters, let's talk a little bit about the park history. The Cooper Lake project was approved to control flooding and supply water to local towns back in 1955, but construction didn't begin on the lake until 1986. Cooper Lake, also known today as Jim Chapman Lake, was built by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and was completed in 1991, with the state park opening in 1996. And just like there are a lot of great options here for RVers and tent campers and equestrian campers, the same is true for folks who prefer cabins and shelters.
Yeah, I mean, I loved how they were all really different and just in different parts of the park. I mean, look at these views right here. I mean, just right there on the water. Really, really neat place to stay.
And as we look at more of the cabin and shelter areas, you got to notice how well spaced out all of these are. Very well done. And you know, this park is great as a home base for visiting Sulphur Springs, the town of Sulphur Springs. While you are here, you absolutely need to make it over there. If you haven't seen our video from Sulphur Springs from last year, I'm going to link it in the description. Amazing town.
Yeah, absolutely. One of my favorites we've ever been to. Really neat. And it was a diamond in the rough, I think.
It was definitely a surprise, a lot more than we expected. And here is the dump station. Everybody wants to see the dump station. Super clean and easy to drive through.
Okay, guys, hold your horses. Before we get into the next scene, you're going to see the old Jeep and the breeze. This is footage that we thought we'd lost, and thank goodness we found it again. And we wanted to bring it to you. We definitely didn't want to just get rid of it. It's a great state park. We actually have one more state park also that we shot this footage back in spring of 2021, right before we sold the breeze. So back to the state park.
Welcome to our campsite here in the South Sulphur unit of Cooper Lake State Park. This is site number 57, and this is actually a park host site that we were able to stay in for a few days. It's a 50 amp full hookup site, but we are actually in the Deer Haven camping loop, which is the 30 amp electric and water site. Our pad is completely concrete. We've got a shade pavilion over our picnic table, as well as a lantern hook and a campfire setting here in the back. This is a very quiet park during the week. During the weekend, there's a lot of folks here having a good time, obviously big with boating and fishing, and everybody having an exceptional time here. But during the week, it is very quiet. We've seen some deer. And yeah, this is phenomenal. I'd like to give a quick shout out to Ranger Kimberly, who we just talked to up at the headquarters. We went into their headquarters to ask a few questions. They have a little shop in there. We bought some t-shirts. And what's really cool here is that they have a variety of t-shirts here in the headquarters. They're all designed by staff of the park. So that is very cool, very creative group of people who work here. So we hope you've enjoyed this visit to Cooper Lake State Park, the South Sulphur unit. We look forward to coming back in the future and also checking out Doctors Creek, which is the other unit on the other side of the lake. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, but most importantly, we'd love to see you subscribe and be along for the fun in future adventures. Until next time, y'all, safe travels and happy camping. Bye.